Hello everyone, it's Neo. Welcome to Darkness Takeover! Well, specifically its demo. There are 7 songs here, and I really wanted to rank them because, funny enough, I don't think there is a single bad song in this little OST. I'm not joking. I think literally all of these songs are S tier except 2 of them which are A tier. That says a lot for how much I like this OST. So without any further delay, let us begin!
Oh, hey, can I get some of that pie and Cool Whip?
What did you say?
We can't have pie without Cool Whip.
That's not how you're supposed to say it! You said it weird!
Rotten Family, or Rootin' Family, depending on which name you're using. Anyways, I really like this song. Despite it being in last place, which I know some people will be probably upset about, this is still an amazing song, easy A tier, it's very good. I love Stewie's chromatic, it's really strong and quite amazing. Peter has a really good chromatic, both corrupted and normal. And Brian, I love Brian's corrupted chromatic. It's easily my favorite of all the corrupted chromatics from the mod. Something that I really like when handling Pibby voices when it comes to these kinds of mods is distorting a voice so that it's recognizable but still has that dark glitchiness to it, which this chromatic does perfectly, and I love it for it. The instrumental hits pretty hard. I like some of the melodies, especially during the opener. That's a really good. And the little part where Lois comes in, which I guess is supposed to be like a calm before the storm moment, which, I don't know, it just kind of comes in a little awkwardly and doesn't really do a whole lot, in my opinion. But the rest of the song before that is amazing, and then the ending is mostly solid, though it's extremely short. It's literally like a turn for Peter and Brian, and then that's just it, and the song is over. It's ridiculously short. Also, speaking of Lois's chromatic, it's alright. Definitely one of the weakest chromatics from the mod. Not my least favorite, no, we'll get there in a little while. But it's still one of the weaker chromatics. Doesn't have a lot of power to it. And for a Pibby voice, it does do the distortion that some of the others do, but very minimal distortion, which is kind of an unfortunate little thing with Lois's chromatic. And we never hear what she sounds like not corrupted, so there's not really anywhere to compare. Anyway, I do really like this song. It's amazing and a banger, and just gets me vibing when I hear it. But the other 6 are just vastly better.
Ting tang, walla walla bing bang. Ooh ee, ooh ah ah, ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
Twinkle is the only other song from this OST to not make it as an S tier for me, which is a very big shame. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking, wait, really? This is your other A tier? A lot of people love this song, and so do I. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I said, I love this entire OST. But there are things about Twinkle that I really don't like. Hell, I think this song has some of my biggest complaints of the mod compared to Rotten Family, but this one also has way higher highs than Rotten Family, so it ranks over it. To start off with one of my biggest praises, this intro is absolutely amazing. That main melody is just so good, and there's a really good reason as to why most of the mod ends up coming back around to that melody, and so much fan content about Darkness Takeover sticks with the Twinkle melody. It's kind of iconic in this little fandom, which I absolutely love. It is an incredible melody and really does the entire song justice. It's insanely good. And there's Quagmire, who has probably my favorite chromatic of the mod. It sounds so much like him and sounds amazing in every song he's in. And his corrupted vocals are decent. Admittedly, they're one of the weaker chromatics when it comes to corrupted vocals, but really I don't think they're doing anything bad here. And in this song, it's more of like a balance between half corrupted and not corrupted, so they kind of had to strike that somewhere, and thus it didn't sound the best, but for what it did come off as, I will admit I really like it still. The big thing I don't like about this song though, and my biggest complaint about it, is the monster form of Stewie. Those really scratchy notes are very unpleasant and end up kind of ruining this song from being S-tier material for me. I just hate the way they sound. It's the worst chromatic of the mod. Which is a shame, because Stewie for the rest of the song sounds amazing. But those just really loud vocals just sound very, very bad. It's super unfortunate. Also, I guess now would be a good time to mention that I think the entire middle section, while is good, it's also kind of forgettable and doesn't really land as hard as the highlights of the song. That being said, there are still a couple little moments like Quagmire's giggity giggity moment, which is kinda neat, and admittedly the storytelling is still here, which a lot of these songs have, and I still really like. Then there's the best moment of the entire song by a landslide. This moment here is just amazing. Replaying the melody from the intro was genius here before Stewie finally breaks free. It makes the whole song feel so complete in a way that's hard to describe. I adore this moment. It's handled so well. The instrumental is beautiful here. Both of the vocals have great chemistry. And just the moment where Stewie actually starts freeing himself is just so good to listen to. And then the ending after it also sounds amazing. Though admittedly, I think I'll always have a bit of a grudge against the ending because Joe and Cleveland were both supposed to sing here and they were removed, I guess because they didn't want too many voices in the ending, which, I mean, I guess that's fair. But I honestly would have way preferred if Joe and Cleveland both came in and started singing alongside Quagmire. Just give Joe and Cleveland more to do, like dang. It also would have made the ending way more memorable, and in my opinion, that scrapped version of it with a bit more polish would have been peak. I really feel bad that they removed it, because it always leaves a slight bitter taste in my mouth every time I hear the ending, because it's like, it could have been more. Still, for what it is, Twinkle is absolutely amazing, and a great song, just barely short of what it could be. Death Lives is one of the more unpopular songs of the mod, and I understand the complaints about it, but at the same time, we're S tier and above territory by now. I don't care. I love this song. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it for one primary reason. The pop-off is actually just amazing in every way. That melody gets stuck on my head, and it's just so good. It's one of my favorite melodies of the mod, and just sounds insanely good. It's so good! The instrumental is also really solid, though admittedly, maybe it's one of the weaker instrumentals of the mod. I guess that's fair. And the opener is, I don't know, I mean, the opener, in my opinion, sounds good. Outside of BF's little mini pop-off that happens, that feels a bit random and has, like, nothing to do with the rest of the song. It's a little bit strange. Like, admittedly, this feels like a song that could be a lot more, but, like, I don't care, because this bit with the, I didn't ask to be in this family is just... That part is good! I love it. It is so well handled. Peter sounds amazing in the song. BF sounds amazing. Everything about this song just kind of... Okay, I guess it doesn't all work. The song is ranking this high specifically because of just this insanely good middle section throughout. And I guess, like, a new version of this song could totally make this one feel inferior by comparison if it did everything this song did and more, and I guess, like, yeah, sure it could, but I don't care, I love it anyway. This song is just really good just because of that pop-off. I don't know. I love it. Though the opener is kind of weak, and the ending could be a little bit more impactful, but I don't know. Even with the ending and opening being less awesome than the rest of the song, it's still a song I love.
Wait a minute, who are you? Hey, I know you. What's your beef, stranger? Well, if it isn't my old nemesis.
Most people I know will say Final Fight is the worst song of the mod. I can't necessarily say that that's unfair, but like, I think this song goes hard, but I totally understand its issues. A lot of people will point out that the song is kind of repetitive, and it kind of drags at some points, and admittedly, Peter sounds a bit off at a few points, and Quagmire's solo could be a bit shorter. These are all very valid points, and to a degree, I can somewhat agree. But at the same time, there is so much I adore about this song that I can't help it. I love it. I just love this song way more than I probably should. I absolutely adore the tension here in this song. The instrumental especially captures this fight scenario so well. I really like the chicken's vocals. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I don't watch Family Guy at all. Like, I only see some clips of it in YouTube Shorts that pop up from time to time. That's, like, my biggest exposure to this series. I don't watch these types of animated cartoons for adults. I don't watch this kind of stuff. Blech. Anyways, I love some of these melodies, too. They are so memorable and stick in my head really well. Compared to a lot of other songs from this OST, I just generally like the way these melodies sound more than some of the others. I adore them a lot. Also, there's all the punch sound effects, which are amazing. Like, they're not too in your face, but they also add enough to the song to the point where I actually enjoy listening to the song with the punching sound effects rather than without it. They just add something there that's really cool. It's not distracting, but it just adds stuff. I like that. And I'm glad this is the way the punch sound effects are implemented instead of being like random cartoony punch sound effects that like, I swear, they probably would do something maybe, or like another FNF team would do this thing where they would probably try to make an entire section of the song like just nothing but punch sound effects, and it would sound really, really awful, and it would be the thing that would ruin the song, but they don't do that here, and I love that. They rely on what they have, and I love that. It's amazingly handled. Also, Peter's like white eye vocal thing, I don't know what to call it when he gets like this, his super form or whatever, I don't know. I just love the way his vocals sound when his eyes glow white. I adore the way they sound. It's super, super good. And I also really love the ending. Yeah, Quagmire's solo goes on a bit too long, but just the way he appears in the song to help Peter, and then this whole ending segment, it just sounds so cool, and I absolutely love it! This song just puts a big smile on my face. I probably shouldn't love it as much as I do. There are problems with this song, but none of the problems bother me at all. I just love it so much. It's so good. I really feel like this song does not get enough appreciation. Though that all being said, I do want to lodge like a giant complaint I have towards the song. Why is it called Final Fight and not Final Flight? No, think about it. Final Flight is such a better name for it, because it's a chicken. That's ironic that it's called Flight, because, you know, chickens don't fly. That's funny irony in the naming of the song, but also they're at an airport where the guys are going to get on a plane that will crash and burn, so it will be their final flight, and this song comes right after, or not after, it comes right before Airborne. Why wouldn't they name it? Dude, Final Flight, then it's also still like a pun of Final Fight. My brain aches at why they didn't choose to name it Final Flight. That would have been peak. Oh, but either way, still, banger song and really underrated. I love this one.
Lucky, there's a Family Guy, and he's coming up next.
And here we have the opener song of the mod, A Family Guy. It's an amazing way to start the mod, especially in tone. The song feels like the darkest of the bunch, which is very fitting for the opener. The introduction to the entire mod, it should be impactfully dark and menacing, and in a way, horrifying. And I love the way the song handles that tone. It does it brilliantly, especially with this instrumental, which is amazing. Peter's vocals sound really good in the song. I really like his corrupted chromatic. Not nearly as good as Brian's corrupted chromatic, but probably my second favorite in terms of corrupted vocals from the mod. It just sounds so good. It's deep, dark, it has so much static background noise in it that just really adds to the whole chromatic. And Boyfriend sounds really good here. He's only in this and Death Lives, and although I do hope he gets more songs later down the line, I still love how BF sounds in this song. And I think it's cool that he gets to appear here in the beginning and then once again later in the story. He's not completely disregarded, but he's not the focus. That's kinda neat. And they also didn't, disregard the whole not law, but the lore behind BF in terms of Pibby. He's basically completely protected unless he loses a rap battle, so as long as he keeps winning rap battles, he's basically immune. At least that's the lore of BF in the Pibby verse that I understand it. Can't believe that sentence just came out of my mouth. Anyway, I really like the turns with Stewie and Brian entering in besides BF. That's so good. That entire section of the song is amazing. Stewie sounds great, and Brian sounds really good especially. There's one turn in the second half of the song where a lot of Brian's notes kind of come off as a bit too samey, and it makes some of the second half feel a bit weaker. In fact, the entire second half is just a bit weaker than the first half. Lois sounds good, better than in Rotten Family, but still not amazing. Chris and Meg are also near the very end of the song, which is cool that they're included, and I like their little turn. I think that's neat, but they sound basically the same, which makes them very indistinguishable from one another, and that's a bit of a shame. But I like how it ends with Peter doing his "one of us" kind of chanting, and I think that's really cool. And there's still a ton of tension and good rhythms here in the second half. I just feel like it lacks some of the menace that the first half did. I think this song has a little bit more that it could reach in terms of potential. But for what it is, this is an amazing way to start the mod and is incredibly good. Oh my gosh, Fashioned Values revamp is really good. I love this instrumental. The way the alarms are blaring throughout the entire thing just sounds great. I absolutely love this instrumental. Arguably my favorite instrumental of the mod. That's how much I love it. Quagmire is arguably at his best in this song in particular. I love the way he sounds here. And Joe also sounds amazing. Okay, Quagmire may have my favorite chromatic of the mod, but Joe could also have my favorite. It's very close between the two of them. Which makes me sad Joe doesn't sing more in this song, because it feels like he's barely there. Because the turns where he does get a chance to shine, he sounds so good! I really hope Joe does get a full song where he gets to be the main lead like maybe a song before the incidents of Fashion Values, or maybe after it, or like somewhere in between Twinkle. I don't know. I would just love a song where Joe actually gets time to shine. That would be amazing. Cleveland sounds great, even with his corrupted vocals. And the little atonal section for Quagmire sounds great as well. Retep sounds good. I mean, it's basically just a quieter Peter chromatic, which I don't entirely mind. I think that fits, and it works, and I like that a lot. I love it a lot. And some of these melodies just go insanely in, especially this pop-off. This little lead up into that. That is so... Oh my... I'm at a loss for words. It's just that good of a pop-off. Everything about that pop-off works for me. I absolutely love the way the vocals all bounce around with each other. All the melodies being thrown around. It feels like a chaotic fight. Funny enough, being that the background looks like they're in a bar, so that's even more fitting. And then the bit with Cleveland Brown, like that, him saying his name and him getting out of the corruption is really cool as well. Again, great storytelling through the song. I adore that. And then, you know, Joe and Quagmire coming back into the song is peak as well. And they have one final stand against Retep, which is great. I'm glad they extended the song because it felt too short before, but now it's good. I love this. I love it so much. And then they end the song with the foreshadowing to Twinkle, which admittedly is a little bit clunky in terms of how it's delivered musically, but at the same time, I don't mind it too much because I think it really benefits the song as a whole. This was almost my favorite song of the mod, but there was one that, even though I have more issues with it, its highs are just everything I love regarding Darkness Takeover.
This is the most reckless thing you've ever done.
Oh, come on, Lois. What about the time I was on that airplane?
Airborne. What can I say about it? It's just amazing. All four of the guys here sound so amazing. Their vocals are handled perfectly. Quagmire sounds great, Joe sounds great, Peter sounds great, Cleveland sounds great. Even Rallo, I apologize if I'm getting his name wrong. I, again, don't really watch the show at all. Anyway, I think he sounds great. The corruption on his vocals makes him sound so good and so contrasted with the other four, which is something great about the overall song. And a lot of these melodies are just so peak. I absolutely love the back and forths with this song. And the instrumental... Okay, I know I said Fashion Values as probably my favorite instrumental, but this one's, again, right on that level. It's really, really good. And then that slow section with Cleveland and Rallo is also really good. And then Quagmire getting that solo in is just so good, and Joe coming back alongside him. Oh, that is actually so good, though! I adore it! And then the little bit where Quagmire starts getting corrupted is like he's trying to fight it off. It's just... Oh, that's good. That's really, really good. Admittedly, Quagmire sounds a little too quiet in this part of the song. And I think they could have done more with it, but it's still great. And then it almost sounds like Quagmire snaps out of it for a minute. Like he's actually still standing strong and the other three guys are hyping him up still. I like that. It almost gives you this false sense of security, but the instrumental is telling you, no, the danger is higher than ever. And then this little melody here. Oh, this bit is so good. I love it so much. Whoo! That's a good melody. And then the slow moment sounds great as well. I really like it. Though, admittedly, I do feel like the voices aren't mixed in as well as they should be. They sound a little bit off. They sound good, but they just sound kind of too loud and not mixed properly, especially Joe, and it's a little bit strange, but small issue. Though not really sure why Rallo is singing again here. I guess just because yeah, like, the corrupted character has to sing one more time before corrupted Quagmire comes into the song, I guess, but it feels a little strange to just kind of force him in here. And then the ending goes in. It's just a really good ending. I don't even feel like I need to justify why the ending is so good. Like, everyone would just know. It just sounds great. Though the song cutting itself off with the Family Guy opener melody theme, it's cool in concept, but in execution it's a bit sloppy. And I feel like they could have had, like, an ending sequence right before it, like maybe with Cleveland singing a little bit there at the end, or I don't know. That I just feel like that would have been a bit cooler and would have ended the song on a more emotional note. Also, this song could use like a proper intro since it just sort of starts up without really anything to lead in, which is a bit of a shame. And Peter and Cleveland can sound a bit too samey sometimes, but otherwise I love this song a ton. Easy favorite. Well guys, that was Darkness Takeover. As you could very clearly tell, I have a lot of passion for this little demo, and I think it's incredible, and I cannot wait to see what the full mod looks like when it releases. Here's my tier list. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye!